and he was talking about Indian languages. So he was talking to one of the experts, and the expert said that India is a graveyard of languages. Can somebody explain this?
There have been many indigenous languages. Like earlier, we had all the Vedas and all the scriptures and all.
Hmm.
Many languages have been the source of the origination of the new languages, as in the new languages have been adapted by the older ones. So
Hmm.
basically, it is the graveyard, as in the older languages have been buried and the newer ones are more in use nowadays.
So how does a language die? Is it possible?
No, it just fades
Uh,
up.
yes, sir, we have seen that with Sanskrit also.
Hmm.
Sanskrit also was a very popular language in ancient India, but slowly and steadily, with many people came from outside
Hmm.
and they brought with them their culture, their
Hmm.
languages. So
Hmm.
slowly
Hmm.
and steadily, Sanskrit died, and now
Hmm.
it's irrelevant. Sanskrit is not used anywhere except
True.
for in archaeology,
Ha.
of course. And about
True.
that statement, the graveyard of languages, means graveyard of languages, there are India has, I think, more than 6,000 languages and sub-languages which are still
Hmm.
being used in tribal areas.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, of course, one will get confused which language to is his own, or and which
Hmm.
languages should be used. For
Hmm.
example, many people, like in Gujarat only, I can say that example, that many people who
Hmm.
are learning Gujarati may or
Hmm.
may not know how to read or write Gujarati,
Hmm.
while they can still speak and understand Gujarati.
True. True. So that's a fact, whether we accept it or not. But see, your love for India or Indian languages is good, but there are many Indian languages which are dying, and Sanskrit is one among them. Because there are very, very, very few speakers of Sanskrit. Maybe one in thousand. That I'm saying that even that's not correct. Okay, there are very few individuals who are speaking Sanskrit now, and that's the fact with many Indian languages. Now you see that earlier there were a lot of people living in the coastal areas, and every tribe living in that coastal area, okay, that cluster of people living in that small town or that kasbah, okay, they had their own language. But when the government then started not encroaching but started submerging that with the major cities, and that people migrated to the major cities for the employment, for education, they left their culture and the language there. Slowly and gradually that languages also died. It has been said that uh, a lot of languages in India, a lot of languages in India are extinct now because there are no users of that language. It is not there even in the documented form, even because there are languages, certain languages which are not even the written form. It doesn't exist. It exists among the people, the users of that particular language. Up Andaman Nicobar Islands pe jao agar, okay, so the language is there in the spoken form, oral form only, and the small number of people who are the users of language, they are the last source who knows that language. And the moment that tribe extincts, okay, or they migrate to some other part, okay, or when there is this government encroachment there in that part, so that language will gradually die, and it's a fact which is happening. So here we can see that a language dies, okay, when there are no users of that language. But we can see it in the other way. The language comes more alive when there are more users of that language. जितने ज्यादा लोग किसी भाषा को इस्तेमाल करेंगे, okay, the stronger that language will be. You know which is one of the fastest growing languages in India right now? You'll be surprised to know this. Any idea?
Sir, is it English?
It's Bhojpuri.
Oh,
Okay, surprising, but fact. That language is picking up. Okay, in Mumbai only, there are 200 dialects spoken. મુંબઈ ની અંદર 200 થી અલગ અલગ વધારે અલગ અલગ બોલી બોલાય છે because it's a cosmopolitan culture. People from all over India, they come and stay in Mumbai. So you'll see a lot of variety of English, the language usage in Mumbai. And it's been accepted. It's growing. And you see that heterogeneous culture, that diverse culture, diverse dialects, languages there. Now, here we can learn one fact that you use the language and you own the language. Okay. Is there anyone in the class who knows more than 3 languages? Hindi, English, and Gujarati. Is there anyone in the class? Okay. Shivraj Patil, which language do you know?
so I'm from Karnataka, so I know Kannada.
Kannada. Okay. So you know Kannada, do you know Gujarati?
Yes, I can speak, but I'm not efficient.
Okay.
Not an efficient
And
speaker.
how about Hindi?
Yes, sir, I know Hindi.
Okay.
Totally, perfectly.
And English, yes, you definitely
Yes.
understand. Is there any other language you know a little? थोड़ा थोड़ा आप समझ लेते हो? Is there any other language?
Bhojpuri.
Bhojpuri आप समझ लेते हो? Okay, okay. Yes, Drashti, how about
Marwadi and Marathi.
Marwadi and Marathi? Okay, okay. Same. How about you?
Sir, I know Bengali.
Bengali.
I can
How?
understand.
How come?
I'm from West Bengal, but I live in Gujarat. I live in Gujarat from when I was.
Okay.
So
And
I understand Gujarati,
So-
Bengali.
which language you are most comfortable with?
Sir, it would be English.
English you are most comfortable. How about Gujarati?
So I can understand Gujarati, but when I'm speaking it,
Mhm.
my dialect breaks.
Can you give it a try?
Sir, okay.
Can you say the same thing in Gujarati? Yeah.
What should I say, sir?
Just what you said just now. Okay, you can understand that, but you cannot speak that. Can you say it in Gujarati?
સમજમાં આવે છે પર
હા.
બોલનું નથી આવડી.
Okay. Now see, here's a bit of struggle, right? Bit of struggle,
Yes.
but the person is able to understand that. Now, this tells us how to learn a language. Now, Sen, he said that he's from West Bengal. He has settled here. Okay. And he has got exposure to Gujarati since long. Same thing with Shivraj. He's from Karnataka. Okay. And he
Yes,
said
sir.
that he got some exposure to Gujarati and he is comfortable. At least he can understand that language. Now, that's the first thing about learning a language. You get exposure to that language. The more exposure, the better you will get at that language. No, that's the beauty of the people living in India, that they know more than 2-3 languages. Okay, like people in the other parts of the world, they're limited to one language and broken English. Here in India, we're blessed that we know the regional language. Mostly people know Hindi, English પણ આવડે જ છે, and people are also fluent or well versed with one more language. So people usually know 3 to 4 languages in India. Okay, and I would say it's actually an asset. It's actually a skill if you know more than 1 or 2 languages. Okay, now coming to the fact that how to learn a language, ભાષા કેવી રીતે શીખાય? So here the basic rule we have learned here is get more and more exposure to the language. Be it in the listening form, be it in the spoken form. No, when you get the mahal of that language, you will pick up that language. Okay, and initially maybe you won't be able to understand anything. My wife is Punjabi, and it's been now 2.5 years of marriage, and I have picked up some Punjabi words. Okay, and now I'm able to understand a conversation in Punjabi. I can do that with some difficulty, yes, but I can understand a conversation in Punjabi. Okay, and I also picked up some words, some phrases. Now I'm able to understand that. Perhaps which was not possible for me before marriage. I was not able to understand that, those words. I've picked up because I have now got exposure to the language. And luckily, my son will be able to understand 4 languages really well: Hindi, English, Gujarati, and Punjabi, because he has got this from the mother side. Okay, so that's how we learn languages. Bhasha spoken English na class ma sikhate nathi. Do you agree to this?
Yes, sir.
Spoken English
sir.
classes cannot teach you language. Okay,
Yes, sir.
you learn language by exposure. The more exposure you get, the better you get at the language. So maybe you go and stay in West Bengal for some time, or you have a friend who is Bengali. Then you will pick up words, you'll pick up expressions. A friend of mine was Rajasthani, and I've picked up Marwadi. I can follow that language. હું સમજી શકું છું at least, because he was my friend for 12 years. Okay, so during those 12 years, a lot of time I used to visit his house, observe the conversation, and I was able to pick up some words from that language. That's how we learn language. Okay, English વિશે પણ આવું છે. The more you listen to that language and the more attempts you make to speak that language, the better you will get at it. Baki, no advices, no tips, no spoken English classes can actually help. It won't help. The key to learn a language is exposure. Okay, now let us watch a TED talk which is about the polyglots all over the world. Do you know what is polyglot? Have you come across this word, polyglot? Shivraj, yes.
Sir, knowing about several languages.
Several languages. And તમને શું લાગે છે એક વ્યક્તિ કેટલી ભાષા બોલી શકે?
જેટલી શીખવી હોય.
જેટલી શીખવી હોય. રિસર્ચ એવું કહે છે કે 8 વર્ષ સુધીમાં till 8 years is the best time to learn languages. You can pick up as many languages as possible till the age of 8. उसके बाद क्या है कि the speed of language acquisition will decrease. You can always learn, but till 8 years it's the best time to learn languages. Okay, one can think 5, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15 ભાષા આવડે. I mean, that's great. That's great. There are people who know 20 languages. Is it believable? And what if I say you can learn one new language every year? Possible?
Sir, if we have the right attitude towards learning, then it is possible.
Ha. So there is one research about this, and the lady in her TED talk, she carried out research in that how people learn languages and learn languages quickly. And she's going to share the whole secret of learning a new language. So let us watch that TED talk, and that would be the best material to get the tips for learning a new language. કેવી રીતે નવી ભાષા શીખવી? So let's watch that. Okay, are you able to see this shared screen now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Yes, sir.
let me know if you cannot get the voice audio. Okay, I'm going to play it. At the end of the TED talk, we'll have a discussion about the secrets she is going to share now. Okay, how to learn a new language quickly, efficiently. Let us start. Is it loud enough? Has it paused or what? Are you able to see?
No,
Sir,
sir.
it is paused.
It's
Okay.
paused, right?
Sir, it is paused.
Because of internet
Yes.
connection.
No, but it's also all right. Okay, let me reload the page.
What's keeping global leaders up at night? Transformation. Surprise.
Okay. So what's your learning from this? Secrets of polyglots.
So not giving up on the end goal, just
Mhm.
and not being afraid of as many failures as we make in the way of learning the language.
Mhm. Okay. Others?
Enjoying the process and working dedicatedly to achieve the goal.
I think this term matters a lot in language learning. That you should enjoy the process. Okay.
Always.
There is this one app which is getting very popular nowadays. I forgot the name, but uh, it goes something like this. Maza aayega tab. That is something I forgot the line, the tagline. It says that you enjoy learning when you understand, and when you understand, you enjoy learning.
Byju's tagline, most probably.
समझ आएगा तो मजा आएगा.
समझ आएगा तो
Vedantu
मजा आएगा,
app.
मजा आएगा तो समझ आएगा. Vedantu app, I guess.
Vedantu.
Byju's.
No, I don't think it's Byju's.
Vedantu.
It's Vedantu.
Sorry, Vedantu.
Yes,
Vedantu.
हाँ
Vedantu.
हाँ. So it says that समझ आएगा तब मजा आएगा और मजा आएगा तब समझ आएगा. So it's mutual, है ना? So when you when you enjoy language learning process, you will comprehend it easily. You will acquire it easily. And when you start acquiring, you will start enjoying the process. When you see that improvement in your language, you will put in more efforts there. So as Gia said it rightly, the very first thing which matters in language learning, you should enjoy the process. We cannot have this structured classes to learn language. Somewhere there is just this direction giving which can take place in the classes. You need to take the charge in your hands when it comes to language learning. And the cases she shared, Benny, and what was the other name? Lucas. So she shared that these two individuals who can speak more than 10 languages now, they struggle to learn even one language for 10 to 15 years during their school days. And they were not successful in their attempt of language learning earlier. एक language सीखो पंद्रह वर्ष चाहिए, and still they were not confident in that. One of the cases was about English learning itself, and then said that within 1 or 2 years, by using effective methods and by enjoying that process, Lucas was perhaps that was the name. He was able to learn English and be proficient in that within 2-3 years. Now, the process of language learning, you need to. And what were the other 3 tips there on the screen, if you remember? Number 1, patience. Okay, a lot of patience is required, and this patience actually people develop when they join IELTS classes. Okay, then and GRE classes. Then they put in a lot of efforts and they're patient about their improvement. I see students in IELTS classes वो ऐसे लिखेंगे, they'll make errors, I'll point out the errors to them, and then they'll be ready to write on the same topic again and ask for the feedback, which doesn't happen in regular classes. Here you see there is a lot of patience developed when the goal is clear. Okay, I need to improve my writing. From 5.5, I want to reach to 7 bands in writing. Then they develop patience. So this is also very important. You enjoy it. And second is patience with yourself. Okay, faith and patience. What were the other 2 points?
Methods and system.
Methods and system.
Finding
Yes.
a method of learning a language.
So can somebody share their interesting method of learning or exposure to the language? आप कैसे सीखे language?
Sir, it was by watching Harry Potter series complete.
Did you?
Songs.
Yes,
Songs.
sir.
English songs.
Sir, any
Okay.
language.
Any language. So can you share your tried and tested method? Okay, this is the way you pick up that language.
Conversing with people in their own language.
Okay, Darshan, that's true. You'll be surprised to know the method which I adopted for learning intonation, especially because I'm a product of a Gujarati medium school, and till my graduation, I was not able to speak English. I was able to understand, but not able to speak. Later in my masters, I realized the important that I started speaking. I was struggling, but okay, I started speaking language, English language. Uske baad, after 2-3 years, when I started my job, I was able to speak, but one area which I realized which needed attention was I was not able to use intonation effectively. It was plain speaking, जैसे कि एक robot बोल रहा हो. So there I wanted to bring variation, use of intonation, melody in my speech, and something which helped me. My own method of improving the intonation was podcast. Okay, so 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 10 minutes of podcast, and I was paying actually the attention not just on language but the way it was spoken. I was a big fan of RJs, radio jockeys, Dwanit, okay, and the other RJs. And one thing I was focusing a lot when I was listening to this RJs was the way they were speaking. They are the very good examples of the language usage, okay, because they don't just speak, they speak it effectively so the audience stays glued. Because no, you're not able to see the person. The only way you can make your content interesting is the way of speaking. So when I was listening to these RJs and podcast, my focus was on the intonation, the way they were speaking the or delivering the content. And from there, I picked up intonation, which I consider to be a strength of my language. Okay, so that was my method. You can develop your own method of language learning. No, if you like, let's say, any particular web series, so maybe that can be the source of learning. Okay, but don't go for dubbed version of the movies now. If you really want to improve your language, watch that in that particular language itself. That's where we uh, become better in that language. Any other learning from that TED talk? What's your observation? Same.
Yes, sir.
Any other learning from that TED talk?
Sir, I think
Sir,
you need to listen the language before speaking it.
I think this is true also. कंप्यूटर में आपको आउटपुट कब मिलेगा when you have feeded the data well. Okay, so the same thing about language. The output can be good. Output means speaking and writing can be good only when the input is excellent. So if you can take care of reading and listening, the other two skills will be taken care of. So good reading and good listening is the first step. Good observation, Dev. Yes, Sane, you wanted to say something?
Sir, one thing that uh, the speaker also said highlighted that the polyglots who were learning so many of these languages, they never gave up. Means they whether they spoke bad dialect or bad grammar, they still went on and on with what they like to do. So that's what created the end result. That is that they are fluent in so many languages.
True. Don't give up. So that's the point. And maybe I would like to ask this question to the. There are I think there are 30 students in the class right now, more than 30. Would like to ask this to you after your 15 years of English learning. How many of you are not that happy with your English speaking skills? Raise your hand, please. You feel that there is yet something more, or I'm not that happy with the outcome. 9, 10. So you've studied English for almost 15 years now, at least 12 years. Okay. And still there is bit or dissatisfaction with the outcome when it comes to spoken English speaking. Okay. Maybe we haven't tried writing yet. So there is a scope for improvement. Okay. And try your own methods. What do you think? What can be a good method of language acquisition? कैसे सीख सकते हैं? Can you think of some innovative way?
Reading newspaper. We can
Reading
increase the
newspaper.
vocabulary.
Reading newspaper. And the good thing about reading newspaper is you will get to know a lot of words which are relevant to talk about the current events. आसपास जे बनी રહ્યું છે બરાબર, you'll get a lot of words for that. For example, I'm a very what do you say, I spend a lot of time on Twitter, and there are a lot of new words I got to learn from Twitter. For example, I'm writing one word on the screen. Can you tell me the meaning of this word? Yes. Can you tell me the word?
So it means
Yes, can somebody explain? Bigot means what?
Sir, an opinionated person, a highly opinionated person who is sometimes very inflexible about his views.
Exactly. Someone who is not able to accept, embrace, accept others' point of view. Intolerant person. Okay. When you stick to your standpoint and do not try to understand others, then the person is, the word for that is bigot. Acha, let me share another word which I learned on Twitter. Any idea what is the meaning of this?
Where are you actually typing the?
Are you not able to see it? Acha, let me read it for you. Descent.
Like lineage of family.
Descent, yes.
having a totally different view of what is considered, common. Having
Descent.
different views.
Descent also means, I mean, see, it's a, we can say that not agreeing to something. Okay.
Disagree.
So the voice of dissent. So voice of dissent means anything which is protesting, not agreeing. So the word for that is dissent. Okay. And acha, another word.
Criticize someone for his decisions or point of view.
What does this mean?
Being a conservative.
Right wing means?
Right
So
wing
right
means being
wing is
conservative.
leaders, I think. So means we say leaders are right wing, left wing.
So what does
Left
that
wing
mean?
is being a left wing is being a liberal, and right wing means being a conservative.
Being conservative.
I think so.
Okay. Right wing also means which is pro-establishment, which is supporting the government.
Yes.
Okay.
Basically.
Another word which I mean, I could understand it really well was this on Twitter.
Criticizing for criticizing government for its actions.
Liberals
not
are actually
always, but
liberals are actually the people who are open.
Yes.
Open to new ideas. Okay. Open to new.
Accepting in nature.
Accepting in nature. Now see, bigot, dissent, heavily trolled, right wing, liberal, and I can tell you 50 other words which I have learned on Twitter. That's the way I mean, I enjoy political discussion. I enjoy that compact use of language. And more than Facebook, I enjoy being on Twitter. But that's my way of learning language. Every day I come across 3-4 new words by reading those tweets. Okay, so that's my method of language improvement. And that has helped me a lot. That has helped me a lot in enriching my vocab, enriching my language use. You develop your own method of language improvement like this. Okay, you can have your own source of language learning. So the point I was trying to make here is spoken English classes are not the solution. Okay, spoken English classes, no, people say that 15 દિવસમાં guarantee થી English શીખો અને 50 દિવસમાં શીખો અને 2 મહિનામાં શીખો. What they can do maximum is they can give you exposure. Language are better acquired than learned. Okay, ભાષા તમે exposure થી શીખો છો. That's the way you learn Hindi, by watching Bollywood movies and serials. You learn Gujarati by interacting with the people around you. There were no spoken Gujarati classes, but you learned it by exposure. So remember this formula, tried and tested formula when you learn English. Okay, you don't need to go for specific spoken English classes for that. Any method, okay, you enjoy language learning, go for that. Be it podcast, be it listening to the RJs, be it watching talk shows, okay, or any web series or anything. Any method you enjoy, stick to that, and slowly and gradually you pick up that language. Have patience with yourself. And it won't be a good thing that after 12 years of language learning, one language, English falls in the category of the easiest languages of the world. Do you know that? Ideally, one should be able to learn English within 24 weeks. 24 weeks means how many months?
Six months.
6 months. Ideally, one should be able to learn English within 6 months. We have spent 12 years. Still, there is some dissatisfaction with the level of English. Okay, so English falls in the category of easiest languages of the world. Hindi is a medium difficulty level language, and we are more comfortable with that. The reason is exposure. Try to get that exposure in English too. Okay, and let me tell you, this is the best phase of your life to learn something new. 4 साल college के, that's the best time to pick up new skills. Okay, acquire new languages, because उसके बाद the focus will be more on professional growth. There the focus will be more on the technical part. This is the time to learn skills and learn languages. And maybe in interview you will have to pay the price for poor languages. Okay, poor language proficiency. ત્યાં પછી એવું ના થાય કે you know the answer, but because of your language proficiency you're not able to communicate that well or express yourself well. I've seen students facing that. So starting now, start well and yield the results in next 2-3 years. Okay? Yes, questions from your side, queries from your side. We have 3 minutes to go. If there's nothing, somebody please review the session and we will end the class. Come on, we'll do it. Dave, will you?
Sir,
Please summarize the session. What did we discuss in today's session?
so we learned about the acquiring the English language. Then
Be specific, please.
We learned that we need to listen first before speaking any language. Means we need to acquire the language before speaking. If you don't listen, then you can't speak.
Okay.
Then we listened to the TED talk about acquiring the knowledge, the polyglots.
Or anything else?
Sir, I had a question.
Yes, same. Yes, please.
Sir, can we say that Indians have the most open dialect when it comes to speaking English? Because we can say all the pronunciations with ease.
Uh, See, one thing I would say in language, there is a concept called intelligency. When we say intelligency is how easy is it for the people to understand your language? Okay, so there are different varieties of English. When you will listen to the people of the other parts of the world speaking English, it's a bit difficult to follow what they speak. Okay, in that case, when Indians they speak English, it's easier to follow that. They are more intelligible in terms of pronunciation, ease of listening. So in that way, yes, we can say that they are able to pronounce the words easily, or most of the English words easily. And second thing is, it's easy for the listeners to follow what we are speaking. So in that sense, I don't have any research-based claims regarding this, but that's my observation also, and that's my reading also, that when Indians they speak English, it's easier for the people to understand that. They are more intelligible, easy to comprehend and follow that. So that's my answer saying.
Thank you, sir.
For example, saying when I hear you speaking, I don't think it would be anyway, even anyway challenging for even a Britishers to follow what you're speaking, because your pronunciations are quite clear, it's audible, discreet, understand each and every word. So in that way, you are, what do you say, very easy to follow what you are speaking. Okay, but yes, when people in America, when they speak English, it would be slightly challenging for somebody who is not that proficient in English to follow what Americans speak. You must have realized this when you watch this American shows and American movies.
Yes, sir. I have
You miss
noticed.
a lot of phrases, a lot of expressions in that. You need subtitles. Why?
Especially country English, like Kansas and Texas. In those regions, the English dialect is very
True.
bit confusing.
Whereas when Indians they speak English, I mean it's usually easy for the people to follow that. So in that way, it's easier. In that way, it's easier. Okay, shall we end the class then?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you everyone. See you next week.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Happy New Year, sir.
Happy New Year, sir.
Happy New Year.
Thank you, sir.
Happy New Year, sir.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, sir.
God bless you
Thank
all.
you, sir.
Happy New Year, sir.
Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Make the best out of this year. New Year.
Yes, sir.